Hi, it's Pete from Record. Right, the next little project I'm going to take you through is our DS300 disc sander, heavy duty disc sander. Nice machine. This is cast table, heavy duty body, 1 horsepower motor. It's a nice bit of a lump of a machine. So this is basically straight from the box. I'm going to show you a few things, tips on how to set her up. First of all, before I do anything else, I've cleaned the basic outside of the machine out and I've given the table a bit of a wipe over. But before I put a disc on, I'll just give it just a bit of a degrease. And then while we're doing the other bits and pieces, it'll dry off. So I'll just do also on the top, just where the brake rubs on the surface, so I don't get all the muck off the machine. What you find in cast iron is very porous, so it's going to take a lot of muck. That'll just take a few minutes to dry off, but in the meantime, like I say, I'll show you some setting up tips that might be of use to you as you go along, or if you've got one, it might help to remedy a couple of little problems that you might have encountered. Right, let's just get us going. First off is squaring the actual table to the disc itself. Now it's factory set, and it might be perfect, or it might be out a little bit. But if it's out a little bit, you can make some adjustments. So get yourself something that you can see through the back, see a bit of light. Underneath the actual control lever here, you've got your lock there in the centre, and that allows you to take the lock off and you can adjust your table to suit. And then it goes back into a couple of notches to set your different degrees on. So at the moment, we'll set it up there, and if it's a little bit out, what you can do is adjust it till it's square. Take a bit of pressure off the spring first, because otherwise you're just going back into the same location each time. Take a bit of pressure off there, and then take this up till it's square. A little bit more because it's interfering with it. Just keep a little bit of lock on. When you've got it square, just lock it off, and then you spring underneath, put it into position in the notch, and what you want to do is take it up but not all the way up to the actual plate itself, so it's binding on there. So you still want it to be able to move around. So you want a bit of spring locate, bit of spring pressure on there, but not that it's actually catching the plate as well as it goes around. And you want enough as well to stop the ball actually coming out. So when you're slacking it off, don't drop it right down out of the way. Just do it so as it's enough so it takes tension off the spring. Just check the location again. Okay, then what we can do is you've got a pointer underneath here as well. So you've got a little arrow there to the 0 point. Now we can zero it all back off again. So always undo that. Don't fight against this lock, because this is a really heavy table on here. In anything, when you're taking it back up, just give it a little bit of assistance going back up. You'll find there's a lot of other models on the market. They've got aluminium tables. They're okay. This is a cast table. It's been machined, so it's nice and flat. It's a heavy lump. So the control from here is the lock, and then you've got 2 little nuts here, and it goes through to the other bracket at the end, but it's all controlled off this side. So don't be tempted to just tweak it. Always release the lock, just make it a little bit easier, because you will find it works better that way. So we're okay there, we're set up on there, nice and accurate on there. So the next thing we can do, again before we put a disc on, is you get a little mitre fence that comes with the machine. So that can be set up off there, off your disc again, off the face of there. Release the lock and adjust your pointer to suit on there as well, so you've got a little pointer on there. And lastly, what a lot of people forget on this machine is you can put a variety of discs on. We do this self-adhesive discs, and this is slotted inside, so what you've got here is quite a large gap. You want to minimise that gap as much as you possibly can, so it's right up against but it's giving enough clearance. Because this is slotted underneath, you can do so. So you can do it to something of a known size, like that. Pinch that one off. There's a little nut underneath, you just do it with your fingers, that's enough for what we're doing. And the same on that side. Pinch that off. And the same on the other two positions. But what you can also do is when you're putting your disc on, put your disc on, then square those faces up. So as when you put your mitre fence on, you're actually running through square. So what you can do is just put that across there and move it across, so what any discrepancy you get off there, you can adjust the table to suit again. So that's probably done, that's near enough there now, it's not too bad, there's a little bit in it. But if you put your disc on and then set it up to that to do your refinements, whatever you put in through there is going to be square off there then. So now we can put the disc on. So before you put your disc on, if you roll it, the paper back, so about halfway, put that in, and slide it in, make sure it goes into the bottom section, line it up, push this bit on here, rotate it round, pull your paper out, press it on. So quick and simple to put on. Once you've got the disc on, what we can look to do is just set the table. So approximately it's locked up. So what I want to do is do my final alignment of the mitre fence. Take it to the centre of there. I can quickly see if I've got any error on the disc. Number one. You just got to rub across the top of it, you know. Okay, so I'll put the spanner on now, lock it up, and also you can set the gap to what you want. Obviously you want enough space so as the disc clears around without catching. But also you don't want a big gap in there as a trap area. So if you've got something small, you don't want it to go in there. So you can refine that as to what you want and how you feel comfortable with. All I would recommend is to get as close as you can, without leaving, say, too much of a big gap in there. So we're square there, we're square off that, we're square there. So all we really want to do now is set the brake up, put the cover on. Three little screws onto here. And finally one at the end. Again, these are slotted, so you can adjust these over, check it doesn't catch. And the last bit is your brake. Don't forget your brake. Couple of little countersunk screws on there. Things these are. Just make sure that disc's all on nice. I say if you're using the Velcro ones, you can do, because you can adjust this because they're thicker. The only thing with the Velcro ones is that they're spongy. It depends what sort of work you're going to be doing on it. If you want more precision joints, then you're going to get a better finish with a disc that's solid onto the wheel, rather than there's a little bit of sponge in there. But the Velcro, it is a quick change. So if you're sanding something down for laminating something, or it may be that's what you want. But we only do the one type, as I've told you. So that's all fixed up now, so she's ready to run. So this is a 1 horsepower motor, so the brake is a really good extra onto this machine. Finally, your extraction point. You've got an extraction point around the side of the machine. You can use our DX100 R57, that fits straight in. Then you can put on a standard 4-inch hose onto there to extract from there. Or if you've got a camback machine, the tooling hose, that goes straight inside there. So that's a good fit into there. So what you are going to make with this machine is a lot of dust. So, like I say, it's quite a heavy duty machine. That's only an 80 grit in there, but with the camback on there, you're not going to get any. You're going to get juice. Most of your waste is just going to be taken away. So very few particles flying around in the air. So hopefully these little tips have been useful to you and helping you keeping your DS300 in optimum condition, so it's nice and square. table itself, cast iron table, much like the other machines in our range. A scratch pad occasionally will help to get the resin and muck off here. We do a cleaning stick that will help to reduce, clean the discs out as well, get some of that muck out of there. If you're using hardwoods, the extractor's great, but also wear a face mask. Most of the hardwoods, as you know, are not particularly good for you as well. Maintenance wise on this, like I say, keep it clean. Occasionally on the gearing underneath, just put a little bit of silicone spray or something in there. And just on the rack, keep it all nice and smooth inside, and a little bit on the side. It'll just help it all move around nice and easily. So, hopefully that's helped you a little bit on our DS300, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers, bye.